Hello and welcome. My name is Belinda Merkelis, and I'm a biology professor at Trident Technical College in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm here today to talk to you about the Lost Ladybug Project and give you a very brief introduction into Coleopterology, or the study of beetles. You may be wondering, who am I and why am I talking to you about ladybugs today? Well, again, my name is Belinda Merkelis. I grew up in Calumet City, Illinois. I went to St. Thomas More and Marian Catholic High School. After that, I went to the University of Miami to study marine biology and chemistry. And I came back to Northwest Indiana in 2012, where I worked for 2 school years and 3 summers at the Indiana Dunes Learning Center as a naturalist. After that, I moved to Jekyll Island, Georgia, where I worked for Georgia 4-H, presenting environmental education programs to students on the Georgia coast. I also worked for the Georgia Sea Turtle Center, still in outreach and education. And then I finished my master's degree at Miami University, this time the one in Ohio, where I studied biology for education. Specifically, I was interested in creating sea turtle education programs. I got to work with many different species of sea turtles in St. Kitts and Australia. And once I graduated with my master's degree, I became a middle and high school science teacher before finally becoming a biology professor at Trident Tech. Now, you may be wondering, with all of that experience, why ladybugs? Well, that's a wonderful question. Every year, I plant a garden out on my back porch, and I get to meet all sorts of really cool, creepy crawlies. I love to observe them, see which of my plants they like eating, and I get to watch them turn from a cute or creepy looking little caterpillar into a moth or butterfly. I get to observe them making a web with our banana spider here, and even get to see different types of beetles, including ladybugs. It's always sparked my interest, so I decided to do a little bit of research into the study of beetles. Our Coleopterology is a branch of etymology, which is the study of insects. And in Coleopterology, we specifically study beetles. And there are more than 300,000 kinds of beetles in the world. In the United States, there is about 30,000 different kinds of beetles. In order to study our ladybugs, we need to be able to specifically talk about one species. To do that, we'll do a little bit of taxonomy, or categorizing and naming living things. Our native ladybug is in the domain eukaryote, meaning that all of its cells have organelles. It's in the kingdom Animalia, meaning it's not a plant, it's an animal that has to get its own food. It's in the phylum Arthropoda, which is also the same phylum that crabs are in. It's in the class Insecta, so it has 6 legs and distinct body regions. It's in the order Coleoptera, which is where we get the word coleopterology from. And Coleoptera includes all beetles. It's in the family Coccinellidae, and it's the genus and species Coccinellia novinotata. If we take a look at the anatomy of our ladybug, we'll see some very familiar insect parts and pieces. Of course, we have this head region. We would have a thorax region, and then the abdomen. We'll also see that they have 6 legs. We see they have a sensory antenna, and they have compound eyes. Then we see some things that are a little bit different. We have this pronotum, which is an area that's covering over and protecting the ladybug's head. It's a really good way to help it stay safe from predation as well as to hide. Then we have these elytra, which is the hard outer part in which covers the wings of our ladybug. The wings are very filamentous or very soft, and they can't just stay on the ladybug without being damaged if that elytra wasn't there. This elytra is also where we'll see our different colored spots, allowing us to identify which species of ladybug we're looking at. If we then take a look at its life cycle, we'll see that ladybugs go through complete metamorphosis. An adult ladybug will lay eggs on the underside of a leaf. Those eggs will hatch into a larvae that will eat aphids. That larvae will transform into a pupa. That pupa will then undergo its metamorphosis and become the adult ladybug. There are several threats to ladybug populations, but most notably, a new species of ladybug was introduced into the United States in the late 1970s. It was introduced as a way to help farmers control aphid populations. Aphids are another type of insect that will cling onto leaves and stems of plants, and they will actually kill the plant when they eat it. This new species of ladybug now outcompetes our native ladybugs for food and space, which puts our native ladybug populations in danger. It is difficult for scientists to be able to study native ladybug populations around the country. So this is why citizen science can really help. You are familiar with the Lost Ladybug Project, and as of May 5th, they have logged over 38,000 different entries of ladybugs found around the country. You've become familiar with the protocol of going out and capturing those ladybugs, taking their photos, and then uploading them to the Lost Ladybug Project. This information is very important for scientists who are trying to figure out where our ladybug populations are struggling and where they are thriving. Another cool citizen science opportunity is ladybug releases. Here in Charleston, we have a plantation and garden that will release about 200,000 ladybugs every single year. This past year in July, they released 200,000 ladybugs, and they're planning to make it even bigger this year. These ladybugs are cultivated by Clemson University, so they are the native ladybugs, and they are again released in order to help protect this plantation and garden from aphid populations. Right now in Charleston, there is other really exciting research happening in coleopterology. Recently, the Asian longhorn beetle has been found here in Charleston. This beetle has been found in the Midwest previously, and now it has finally made its way here. So there's a lot of partnerships between College of Charleston, Clemson, 4-H, and the USDA in order to track the whereabouts of this Asian longhorn beetle and to eradicate or to make sure that it does not spread any farther. It does destroy trees, and we love our trees here in Charleston. We have beautiful live oaks, and we don't want to see them killed by an invasive beetle. Well, thank you so much for watching this short little video giving you an introduction to coleopterology and a little more background on the Lost Ladybug Project. I hope you are having a very fun time with your citizen science projects in your classrooms, and I can't wait to speak with you more during the symposium. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.